Hare Krishna. Welcome back.
Hare Krishna.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Nigamakalpatarorgalitam phalam smamukata mrita dravasamyatam pivata bhagavatam rasamalayam mugaragorasika bhuvibhavakaha. Narayanam namaskritya naranchaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudiraye. नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकय चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति सपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोन् श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं सभृजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णकरुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नितनामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मोदम करोति वाचालं पंगलं गायते कृपापरमं वन्दे श्री कथांचन स्मृते अस्मिन् दुष्करं सुकरं भवेत् स्मृते विपरीतं स्यात् श्री चैतन्यं नमामि. Hare Krishna. Okay, so we are coming to the chapters which are taking us to the conclusion of this pastime in few chapters. Okay, so something to remember from the previous week. Anybody remembers anything from the previous week?
To be main, we discussed about tolerance. What is the limit of tolerance?
Okay.
And my request is that you said when it should not be against the dharma.
Yeah.
And in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that if a devotee commits a mistake whatsoever, he should be treated as a sadhu.
Yeah.
When we treat the person as a sadhu and as a devotee, then how we can take this in practical terms?
More like a question. Okay, so the common example which is given is Kaliya Daman Leela. So Kaliya, he was offending the devotees. Because of him, the cows were killed, calves were killed, and the cowherd boys were also fainted due to the poison. And Kaliya also wanted to kill Krishna. So then Krishna was dancing on Kaliya. So Kaliya's wives, they are great devotees. They are thinking, our husband is a rascal. This person, he is trying to kill Krishna. But why Krishna is not killing him? Krishna is famous for killing demons. He should just kill him, this man. Why Krishna is simply dancing on him? Why Krishna is wasting his time with him? Just let him, just kill him. Like that, who is thinking? The wives of Kaliya, they are thinking like this. But then later, Kaliya, he surrendered to the Lord. He became devotee. He surrendered to the Lord. So when he surrendered to the Lord, And when he stopped fighting, and when he stopped killing, and he himself was almost getting killed, and his situation was very bad. But now he started cooperating with the Lord's dance. So then the wives of Kalia, they understood that, oh, our husband has given up demoniac mentality. Now he has become devotee. Let us try to save him. So then they appeared, and then the Nagapatni prayers, they actually chanted those prayers. And Krishna, he was very pleased with Kalia. He was pleased with the prayers of Nagapatnis. Very pleased with Kalia. Now Kalia is now devotee. Okay. So Krishna could have kept him in Vrindavan. Oh Kalia, now you became devotee. Now I'll keep you in Vrindavan. No, Krishna did not keep him in Vrindavan. Krishna told him, you go to the ocean and go and reside in the depth of the ocean. Don't be here. It is not a place for you. So, Krishna acknowledged Kaliya's devotion. That is Sadhuryeva Samantavya. He accepted Kaliya as Sadhu. But Krishna kept him away from the institution, which is Vrindavan. Krishna told him, you don't be in Vrindavan. You go and you stay deep in the ocean.
Oh, close stuff.
So,
They're learning.
one part is to consider that person as sadhu, and then help him and try to, help his Krishna consciousness, all those things. This is one part. That doesn't mean automatically, in every case, we will let him be with the devotees, or we will let him do whatever he has to do, etc. Because that may be detrimental for him to continue in a position or to do things, interact with so many devotees, and still look like very famous. These things may be detrimental to him. So we may tell him that you take a back seat, don't hold any position, or sometimes we may even send him away from a particular temple and make him reside in far off place. All these things institutionally has to be done. So the institution has two responsibilities. One responsibility is to protect those innocent members of the institution from being manipulated, or from being wrongly used or abused by those who have some abusive mentality. So the other part is to acknowledge that devotees can also do grave mistakes, and then to support them to rebuild their Krishna conscious life, and make them understand the importance of Krishna consciousness, and later, when it is okay, bring them back to mainstream. So both of them should go parallelly. So it doesn't mean that we should not take corrective action against devotees. Let me be careful. So we have to take corrective action against devotees. When they do something wrong, some corrective action has to be taken. Because that corrective action is good for their Krishna consciousness. If we don't take corrective action, then we may not actually do good to them. So that corrective action also protects the other innocent members of the institution from getting victimized, or from getting discouraged, or from getting completely leaving, from losing faith in the organization. Sometimes it happens that some devotees, they are in big position, and sometimes they do gravely offensive things. And then those who look up to them, they lose faith in the whole process. The year before last year, I met some young people who are struggling with their faith. talking to me, and I know them for many years as devotees. It's not that they become devotees yesterday and today they are struggling with their faith. They are born in devotional families. They are raised in devotion, and they're still struggling with their faith because they could actually see some people whom they have kept like very prominent devotee whom they had kept a lot of faith. That devotee faltered very badly. It affects people. So then we have to also protect them. So that is our first duty. Our primary duty is to protect the innocent. And our secondary duty is to also take care of those who have done something gravely wrong. Does that make any sense?
Wonderful project. Wonderful.
Okay. Any other
Yeah.
comment? Anything
Thank
about?
you very much. No, I
Last.
was in a dilemma what to do here and there, and you summarized it in a beautiful way.
Thank you. It's all there in Bhagavatam. We just have to depend on Bhagavatam. Yes, any other comment or any other remembrance from the last week? Yes, Jagat Mata Sachimata ji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Pranam.
Prabhuji, I like the plan of God, plan of Lord Krishna about the Dadichi, how Indra challenged him not to give Brahma Gyan to the Ashwini Kumaras, and then Lord made him to go back to the Dadichi, and it's a very it's the plan of Krishna is really amazing.
Krishna has his ways of making us humble. When we become very proud, Krishna exactly knows how to make us very humble. So it is better that we don't become proud. And if we become proud also, then Krishna will make us very humble. He can make us very, very humble. That's what happens with Indra. That he threatened Dadichi, I will kill you. So the same Dadichi, he has to go and beg his very life to protect himself. And Dadichi very magnanimously gives his life. So these are very beautiful dealings, especially, of course, could draw a lot of management lessons from this also, that how not to have revengeful mentality just because someone want to cause some harm to us, or someone shows some authority inappropriately. Like, for example, Indra showed his authority to Dadichi inappropriately. He said, oh, you don't give the knowledge to Ashwini Kumar, otherwise he'll come and cut your head. It was inappropriate show of authority. But Dadichi did not mind that. And when Dadichi came to Indra, then Dadichi also obliged him. He did not keep his previous dealings in mind. He didn't say, "Oh, previously you did this to me. Now it's my time. I will show who I am." He did not do all that. He was very magnanimous. Why Dadichi was able to be magnanimous? Because Dadichi understood that I am not this body. Dadichi understood that all this false ego, pride, and all these things is simply because of bodily conception of life. And Dadichi understood that he is not this body. So therefore, Dadichi was able to be saved from this false sense of respect and pride. In India, it is very common that people will say that for my respect, I can give my life also. They say that, that life is, respect is more valuable than life. Like that, people make some dialogues. And people think that people keep some simple things in their heart for so long. Some small things they keep in their heart for so long. But Dadichi, he is so magnanimous. And that magnanimity came from his humility of understanding that I am Krishna's servant and I should do whatever Krishna wants. Krishna wants me to give my body to Indra. I shouldn't mind however Indra behaved with me. I should just simply give my body to Indra because this is what Krishna wants. So that magnanimity comes from humility. And that humility comes from devotion. Very nice point. Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. One more thing, Prabhuji, this is a very good philosophy, and sometimes yes, it's okay, we are not revengeful, but it's difficult to wash it off from the heart. And when something or other thing happen, everything's come back. Oh, this happened, that happened, that happened. So how can we manage that?
So whenever we keep something in our heart, we should know that we are actually signing a contract with Krishna. What contract? Krishna, I want one more body. I'm going to come back in one more body. This is the contract we are signing with Krishna. So who wants one more body? Nobody wants. If we don't want one more body, we should not keep anything in our heart. Rather, we should go to Krishna and tell Krishna, Krishna, I don't want one more body. I have had enough in this body. So I don't want to keep anything in my heart. Please forgive me. And please give me also the strength to look beyond all these things and then deal with devotees as devotees. So this is the best way to handle this. Otherwise, we should remember that we are just making our contract with Krishna to get one more body. And that proposition is not very good. That's why Rishabhadeva says, Na sadhu manye yata atmanoyam. He says, this is not very good. Because I am Atma, I should not get into one more body. It's not very good proposition. Krishna says, Parabhavas, Rishabhadeva says, Parabhavas tavad abodha jato yavanna jignasat atmatattvam yavat kriyas tavadidam manovai karmatmakam yena sharira baddhaha. It's a very important shloka in trying to understand how we should deal with everyone in Krishna consciousness. So there, Rishabhadeva says, Yavat kriyas tavadidam manovai. Whatever activities we engage in, the mind gets colored by that activity. Karmatmaka. Karma atmaka. Karma means activity. Atmaka means self-identity. So that particular activity or the particular impression of the activity has become your self-identity. Means enmity or dissatisfaction with a particular devotee has become your self-identity. It has, instead of being your self-identity being I am Krishna's servant, now your self-identity has become an unnecessary upadhi. What is that? I am not happy with this devotee. That has become our self-identity. And what does that self-identity do? Karmatmakam yena sharira bandhaha. That self-identity binds us with another body. So then the whole purpose of human life is defeated. Parabhavastavad bodhajato. Parabhavaha, defeat. Whole life is defeated. So therefore, in the beginning of 5th canto, there is Priyavrata's pastime. I am sure you all studied that pastime. The most important aspect of that pastime is to how to deal with devotees without any resentment in heart. Without any resentment in heart. In that pastime, Narada is keeping Priyavrata for a long time for brahmachari training. So Priyavrata is Narada's brahmachari. Now, Swayambhu Manu wants to come and take away Narada's brahmachari and make him into Grahastha. And he wants him to work in his temple, not in Narada's temple. So Narada is like one temple president. Swayambhu Manu is like another temple president. So the best of his brahmacharis now Swayambhu Manu wants to take away. Not only want to take away, he also wants to make him Grahastha. So naturally, Swayambhavu and Narada are arguing with each other. Oh no, I will not give a brahmachari. He is very nice man. Why you want to make this brahmachari into grahastha? I am not interested. The brahmachari is also not interested. He is also saying, yeah, I like to be in this temple. I don't want to come to your temple. Your temple is very bad. No prasad, no paneer sabji. This temple is very good. I want to stay here. So then Brahma comes like GBC and then says, no, you release this brahmachari. He will go to that temple. He will become grahastha. He will become temple president there. You don't have to keep this brahmachari with you. Now what Narada is supposed to do as temple president? He'll write some 100 emails on Facebook how GBC is bad and how they are troubling brahmachari and they are making him grahastha, and then put some big post on the Facebook. GBC Murdabad, brahmachari Jindabad. It doesn't do anything like that. I specifically mentioned there that Narada happily sent Priyavrata. Narada happily sent Priyavrata without any resentment in heart. He told Priyavrata, don't worry, you're not going to lose anything. At the right time, you'll come back. Go do whatever you have to do and come back. And Priyavrata also goes happily. Not that, I never wanted to go to the temple, you're getting into the temple, what is this nonsense? No. Priyavrata also goes happily. Both Narada Muni and Priyavrata go very happily. Now, this is okay. Now you see how Swayambhavu Manu behaves. It's very beautiful how Swayambhavu Manu behaves. Now, Narada and Swayambhavu are having dispute, right? So now Brahma came and gave verdict in favor of Swayambhavu Manu. Already Brahma told Priyavrata that you go with your father and rule the kingdom. And Priyavrata also said, yes, Badam. He said, yes, I will go. Now Narada also said, okay, take him. Now Brahma goes back. Now again, the three of them are left. Who are left? Swayambhavu Manu, Narada and Priyavrata. Now Swayambhavu Manu's behavior is classic. He goes and asks Narada for permission to take Priyavrata. Swayambhavu Manu, he doesn't so Swayambhavu Manu, he doesn't simply take away Priyavrata. Anyway, Brahma told, anyway, Priyavrata agreed, anyway, Narada also agreed. He doesn't just simply take away Priyavrata. He goes and asks permission from Narada. Can I please take my son? You see how they are behaving with each other. So, therefore, they all know that if I keep something in my heart, I have to be born again. So, next time something wants to stay in your heart, then you have to think, should I be born again? Simple matter. Right? Remember the shloka, Karmatmakam yena sharira bandhaha. Oh, this will become part of my self-identity. I will take on more body. No, Krishna, I don't want. I don't know. Right? Okay. So we continue with our next chapter, which is chapter number 11. Sri Sukha Uvacha Tayevam Samsato Dharmam Vachapatyu Achetasaha Naiva Grahnanta Sambhantaha Alayana Paranrupa. Okay, please read translation.
Sri Shukdev Goswami said, O King Vritasura, the commander-in-chief of the demons, advised their lieutenants in the principles of religion But the cowardly demoniac commanders, intent upon fleeing the battlefield, were so disturbed by fear that they could not accept his words.
So he told his friends, hey, don't run away. Battlefield is very good. Dying in battlefield is very good. Don't run away. But they don't want to listen. They all ran away. Okay. Please read, continue, translation.
O King Parikshit, the demigods, taking advantage of a favorable opportunity presented by time, attacked the enemy of demons from the rear and began driving away the demonic soldiers, scattering them here and there as if their army had no leader. Seeing the pitiable condition of the soldiers, Vritasura, the best of the Asuras, who was called Indrashastru, the enemy of Indra, was very much aggrieved. Unable to tolerate such reverses, he stopped and forcefully rebuked the demigods, speaking the following words in an angry mood.
Yeah, so the demigods also crazy because when an enemy runs away from battlefield, you're not supposed to attack him from behind. You should just wait, no attack. But the demigods, they also drunk with power. So they went and attacked the demons from the rear. So Vritrasura saw that this is not very good. So he started rebuking the demigods. Okay, please read.
O demigods, these demonic soldiers have taken birth uselessly. Indeed, they have come from the bodies of their mothers exactly like stool. What is the benefit of killing such enemies from behind while they are running in fear? One who considers himself a hero should not kill an enemy who is afraid of losing his life. Such killing is never glorious, nor can it promote one to the heavenly planets.
So he said that, oh, you guys, what you're doing is not very good. Okay. Now he's continuing. Okay.
O insignificant demigods, if you truly have faith in your heroism, if you have patience in the cores of your hearts, and if you are not ambitious for sense gratification, please stand before me for a moment.
Okay, so we have a hand up. Yes, we have a
Nanda Pranam Prabhuji. Prabhuji, in the previous verse, so you're saying, that such behavior does not elevate, them to the heavenly planets.
Yeah.
Now, whereas Prabhuji here, the demons, they were trying to take over the heavenly planets altogether, right?
Yeah.
So, how do we explain that? How do we understand that?
So there is legitimate entry, there is illegitimate entry. Okay. In any place, there is legitimate entry, there is illegitimate entry. Legitimate entry is that you get invited to the place, you go there, people respect you, they give you a good seat, they make you sit, and then you can enjoy all the facilities there. Illegitimate entry is that you forcibly enter that place and try to drive away the people there and then stay there. So illegitimate entry will not work for a long time. That's why even though the demigods, the demons, many times when they try to take over heaven, they are unable to stay there. After some time, they get driven out. So you can see that prominently in the 8th canto in Bali Maharaj pastime, that they go there, they get driven out, they go there, they get driven out, they go there, they get driven out. So these are all illegitimate entries. It stays for a little bit of time with brute power. Like Ramana, he was trying to construct a staircase to go to heaven. So same way, Prabhupada also mentioned the modern attempts to go to the moon planet or some other planets. This is also attempts by demoniac people to make illegitimate entries. So these illegitimate entries may work for some time, but it has got also a lot of difficulty and it will not stay forever. So that's the difference. That's the difference.
Understood, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Okay. Okay, please read.
Shukdev Goswami said, Vritrasura, the angry and the most powerful hero, terrified the demigods with his shout. shout and strongly built body. When he roared with a resounding voice, nearly all living entities fainted.
Okay, so Vritrasura, he just simply roared. Then many people fainted. Okay, continue, please. 1 second. I'm going to change my place because of some domestic exigencies. So just give me a little time. I'll go from one room to another room. Already my Lakshmi has come and given me warning and gone. So I should heed that warning and run away from this place. Yes, we are back in action. Just need to share the screen. And we are perfectly all right. Okay. So please read. Okay, please read.
When all the demigods heard Ratasura's tumultuous roar, which resembled that of a lion, they fainted and fell to the ground as if struck by thunderbolts.
Yeah, the demigods need not, Vritrasura was not even required to fight with the demigods. He just simply roared and all of them failed. Okay. Next. Please read.
As the demigods,
Rukmini Harisevini, Mataji, there should be a reading order. Otherwise, there will be disorder.
Yes, very good.
I told from the beginning of the class that there should be reading order. Otherwise, there will be a lot of waste of time. Everybody will wait for other person to read. Then everybody will start reading together. We will have this party of not reading and reading together, and finally we'll waste a lot of time. Anyway,
So,
please.
today, can we read like alphabetically once?
Yeah, you put an alphabetical reading order, but not now. You put it in the next class. Today we will live with chaos. Okay, read. Please read, somebody.
The demigods closed their eyes in fear, Vritrasura taking up his trident and making the earth tremble with his great strength, trampled the demigods beneath his feet on the battlefield the way a mad elephant tramples hollow bamboos in the forest.
Very good. Okay, next.
Seeing Vritrasura's disposition, Indra, the king of heaven, became intolerant and threw at him one of his great clubs, which are extremely difficult to counteract. However, as the club flew toward him, Vritrasura easily caught it with his left hand.
Not even right hand, left hand. Okay.
O King
Okay.
Parikshit, the powerful Vritrasura, the enemy of King Indra, angrily struck the head of Indra's elephant with that club, making a tumultuous sound on the battlefield. For this heroic deed, the soldiers on both sides glorified him.
Okay, next.
Struck with
Struck with the club by the Vritrasura like a mountain struck by a thunderbolt, and the elephant Aravat Eravat feels great pain and spitting blood from its broken mouth. Was pushed back 14 yards. In great distress, the elephant fell with the Indra on its back.
Okay, next.
When he saw Indra's carrier, elephant thus fatigued and injured, and when he saw Indra morose because his carrier had been harmed in that way, the great soul Vritrasura, following religious principles, refrained from again striking Indra with the club. Taking this opportunity, Indra touched the elephant with his nectar-producing hand, thus relieving the animal's pain and curing its injuries. Then the elephant and Indra both stood silently.
You see, there's a difference between the demigods and Vritrasura. The demons are running away, the demigods shamelessly went behind them and attacked. Now, Vritrasura attacked Indra, and Indra was not running away. Indra was standing there. But still, because he saw that Airavata was very grievously injured, so then immediately Vritrasura, he stopped attacking Indra and he waited for Indra to come back and counterattack. Okay. Please read.
O king, when the great hero Vitrasura saw Indra, his enemy, the killer of his brother, standing before him with a thunderbolt in his hand, desiring to fight, Vitrasura remembered how Indra had cruelly killed his brother. Thinking of Indra's sinful activities, he became mad with lamentation and forgetfulness. Laughing sarcastically, he spoke as follows.
Okay. So now from 13 all the way up to the end of the chapter, it contains about 3 sections. Okay. One section is Indra's behavior, where Vritrasura's behavior, where he rebukes Indra. Okay. Then the second, that goes all the way up to 17. The second section, starting from 18, okay, up to 21, it is Vritrasura's advice and encouragement to Indra. So from 22 all the way up to 27, it is Vritrasura's prayers. So now it is good to divide the class into 3 and then go through these verses in 3 groups. Okay. So naturally, the third group has to be a larger group. I don't know, Rukmini, Hadisevini Mataji, do you know how to make these breakout rooms?
Yes, Prabhuji, yes.
So you should divide the class into 3. In the 3 groups, totally we have how many people? We have about 18 people, excluding me.
Yes.
So you divide the class into 8 plus 5 plus 5. Okay. So first group of 5 people will get the first verses, which is 15 to 17, which is not 15, sorry. 14 to 17. Okay. 14 to 17, first group. Second group is 18 to 21 or 18 to 22. Okay. Third group is 23 all the way up to 27. Oh, maybe you can divide the same, you can make it into equal group, 6, 6, 6. Okay. Make it into equal group. Okay. So this is the third group. So in your groups, please read the shlokas and analyze the purports, and then make a presentation of what are the important points in the purport or the shloka, and then what is your personal learning from those points. So this is one question. Okay. The second question is that Indra first rebuked, or Vritrasura first rebuked Indra Then Vritrasura advised Indra. Then third, Vritrasura offered prayers. What is the reason for this behavior of Vritrasura? And what can you learn from this? First, he rebukes Indra. Next, he advises Indra. And third, he prays to the Lord. So these are three different activities. So why did Vritrasura do this? And what can you learn from this? This, all the three groups have to answer. The second question, all the three groups have to answer. Is clear? Everybody is clear about the exercise? Okay, so you please make 3 breakout rooms. You have 20 minutes to discuss. So you set up the time for 20 minutes. And after 20 minutes, you can resolve the breakout. And you can all come and you can make presentation. Okay. Every group should be represented by one person. Not that, I will present one shloka, I will present one shloka, I will present one. That's not group work. That is individual work. The group should be presented by one devotee. Every group should be represented by one devotee. One devotee can answer, can represent the whole view of the group. Okay, it's clear? Is clear? Any doubt? Any doubt? Okay, good. Please go ahead, do it.
Dhanu Krishna Prabhuji, again you have problem? Prabhuji, do you have again problem in joining?
The problem breakout.
You also got joined in some room, my dear.
Yes, yes.
Otherwise, what we will do here? You are the host now, you can go and join in any room.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji.
So, did you all finish? Did you have enough time to finish? Somebody saying yes, somebody saying no.
Need 5 more minutes, Puji. I was in second group, then I moved to group 1, and they want me to speak, but I was just able to read the shlokas only.
Okay, take 5 more minutes, no problem. Take 5 more minutes and conclude. You can just go back and form the same groups, no? Rukmini,
Same groups.
you know how to do it?
No, same groups I don't know.
Okay, I will do that.
Okay, yes, it's there. Yes. Okay, I'm
Yes.
opening the groups for 5 minutes.
Yeah. So did you set the time or no? I think you didn't set the time.
Yes, Prabhuji, it's done. I have asked. They said to close the rooms. So I have closed now.
Yeah, please close.
Yes, just in 1 minute. Everybody.
Where is everyone? They all
Just
left
26.
or what?
Oh, Prabhuji, all are there.
Everybody is back? Okay,
Yes,
so group 1, please present.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Haribol.
Prabhuji, devotees discussed, and following important points came from the first 14 to 17 shlokas. So what we took out is that even though he's a demon and he's angry, but he quoted from, he's speaking from the Shastra, and he's speaking Dharma. And also that in any situation, one should follow Dharma, one should follow their spiritual master, which he was doing. And what is our learning from this? That Brahman should not be killed or punished without any reason. Spiritual master should always be respected. And those who insult Brahmanas or the spiritual master should be chastised. And last point was, just for the sake of opulence, for our own opulence, we should not misuse innocent devotees like this. Because Indra got that he's chastising that because of you wish to stay in the heaven, you did all this. So just for our own opulence, we should not misuse or uh, uh, exploit devotees. And the second part of the question, that why this sequence? So rebuke, because Indra did something abominable, so he must be chastised. So first the chastisement is there, and then advice, because he saw Krishna's plan, that what is his plan, and third was the prayer, that he saw Krishna's hand in everything, and he also saw how Indra is going to get cheated because he will get the opulence and the heaven, whereas Vitrasur will go back to Godhead. So in nutshell, these were our points.
Okay, good. Thank you. Next group.
Hare Krishna. We
Hare
had verses from 18 to 22, and here Vritasura actually is advising, like that's what was mentioned to us, and he's advising Indra. It's something on a more expanded from the previous verses, like what Prabhu Prabhu mentioned. He advises Indra that how reaching back to Godhead is the ultimate destination, and how he's able to reach there because he had full faith on the Lord's plan, and there was no doubts. And at one point, like when there was like Indra, even he like even felt like telling Indra indirectly that, you don't worry, you have got the thunderbolt, which is actually been given by the Lord Vishnu himself. So it's definitely going to kill me, so you don't doubt. Even though he knew that he was going to be killed, so he faced it very bravely. Bravely means here not he wasn't proud about it, but he accepted the situation very graciously. And in the 18th verse, he explains something that why he's able to actually reach back to Godhead. One of the very important thing is that we can reach the Lord only through the mercy of a devotee. And here he wants to follow the footsteps of Narada Muni, and Prabhupada gives the reference of Narottam Das Thakur, where he says in the purport. So if we follow in the footsteps, then we are assured that one can reach back to Godhead. And also he says that he'll be relieved of his debts, and his body could be used for other living entities, and then also he will go back to Godhead. And in one of the verse 20, he also says, he mentions that a devotee is always aware of the destination and there's no confusion, and that's why he took shelter of Narada Muni. Whereas Indra, though his victory was destined by the Lord, but his goal was something else. He was more aiming for material positions. And so, I mean, it was in one of the verses he says that it's like a win-win for both. Like, I'll go back to God, and you will also win because you have the thunderbolt from Lord Indra, but he is more going to get entangled into the material positions. And in verse 21, he explains, he's speaking about samadhi, like, concentrating one's mind to the spirit of Krishna, because he explains the body is perishable at one point of time. So he's speaking about like what's the ultimate thing that actually stays with us forever. And just one more thing. And in the last verse, he speaks about the surrender to Supreme Personality of Godhead. And that's why he explains the Lord is more merciful to Vritasura because of his unalloyed devotion. He didn't want any material possession. And though Indra was going to be entangled in the material possessions. I mean, there were many things. So I think whatever time we had this, I could have said few more things, but I think this is what.
Okay, about the question.
Like, what do we, like a personal takeaway?
No. The question about why these three sections, one after the other.
Well, I think when we are explaining someone, we explain them that like you said, what was the first one was he's rebukes in the first one, and the middle one he's advising. It's basically like when we give a feedback to someone, we tell them that this is the mistake and this is the good thing which you have done, and this is more to go, and this is the advice that he is giving on a positive note, that it's assuring. Actually, it's not even, he's not assuring about himself, he's also assuring Indra that you don't doubt. So that's kind of very encouraging. That's what I would say.
Okay, the last group.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So we are from group 3, verses from 7. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. So we are from group 3, verses 23 to 27.
Yeah.
The learnings were that we don't have to endeavor for dharma, arth, kam, and moksha. We should not have any material desire for any place, position, power, or even liberation. We should have a desire to serve only. We must accept spiritual master, and we should aspire to become servant of servants, dasanudas. Our mind, body, and words should always be engaged in service of the Lord. We should always ask for the association of devotees. We should always try to increase attachment to the Lord. And the real mercy of the Lord is when the Lord saves us from the endeavor of dharma, arth, kam, and moksha.
Okay.
This is the learning. And the second question regarding why did Vritasur rebuke, advise, and pray, and what it can be learned. So we understand, we discussed that, since he didn't have any material motive, so he was not worried about any position. He was bold enough to say the truth. And he was a pure devotee, so he was a well-wisher of Indra. Hence, he advised and prayed as well for Indra. And the learning that we can have from this is we should not keep anything in our heart, and we should increase our surrender to the Lord. That's what we discussed.
Okay, good. Very nice. Okay. Okay, so this is nice presentations. I'll give my concluding comments. We'll also read something from the purport, then we'll go forward. So, see, the most important aspect of this section is about faith. Okay, this is the most important element of this section. This section is all about faith. Because faith is the basis of Krishna consciousness. So in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is said that faith means to accept that simply by doing Krishna consciousness, all other activities are automatically done. Okay. So Vritrasura displays that type of faith. Indra has a crisis of faith. Both of them are devotees, and both of them are facing each other. But the most striking aspect of this whole situation is faith. That the strength of Vritrasura's faith and the lack of Indra's faith. So when the Lord told Indra that you take the thunderbolt, first of all, Indra was not willing to fight with Vritrasura, because Indra thought that Vritrasura is too powerful. It's not possible for me to fight. So he went and they all prayed to the Lord, oh Lord, you become one incarnation, you came as this incarnation, you came as that incarnation. So now Vritrasura is there, you also become one more incarnation and kill him. So he is not our cup of tea, he is your cup of tea. That's what they told the Lord. But Lord said, no, he's a devotee. I'm not going to kill him. You go and kill him. And then the Lord gave him the method to kill him also. He said that you go to Dadichi, you make Vajrayuddha, and then you go and you attack and you can kill him. So Indra went to Dadichi, he made Vajrayuddha, he sat on Airavata, and then he came, he attacked the demons all ran away. Indra was thinking, oh, this is going to be cakewalk. Now I'll meet Vritrasura, then Vritrasura will also run away because I have Vajra and Vritrasura can be easily killed. So when Indra, he threw the club on Vritrasura, what he did, instead of getting hurt, first of all, he caught it with left hand. He didn't even catch it with right hand. Then with the same club, he attacked Indra. And he didn't attack Indra, he attacked Airavata. And Airavata went so much back, it vomited blood. And then Indra and Airavata is thinking. Now Indra is thinking, I sent one club. This fellow caught it with right hand. And then he attacked me with the same club. And Airavata is now vomiting blood. Now I will send Vajrayuddha. This fellow will catch it with left hand. And then he will attack this with me the same. And then I will vomit blood. Now my elephant vomited blood. Now next I will be the fellow vomiting blood. So he thought that Krishna actually tricked him. He thought Krishna wants to kill me. Now he is remembering that Krishna told, oh, Vritrasura is powerful enough to kill all of you. Now you remembering, hey, Vritrasura is powerful. So he thought, oh, Krishna has tricked me. Now this Vritrasura will kill me. So therefore, Indra doesn't want to fight. Indra just gave up fighting because he had no faith in the Lord. He just gave up fighting. He just standing. So he knows if I just simply stand, then Vritarashtra will not attack. At least I will be alive. I will not be killed. So he gave up fighting. Now Vritarashtra is looking at Indra. When this fellow is going to fight with me, when he is going to put this Vajrayuta, and when he is going to kill me, I can go back to Godhead. Now Indra is not moving at all. So then Vritarashtra tried the first technique. What is the technique? The technique is use Rajoguna to incite the opposite party. So first of all, he used Rajoguna to incite Indra. He said, Indra, you are fool, you are stupid, you are idiot, you are rascal, you are spiritual master killer, you are this, you are that. Come and fight with me. Now Indra is in Tamoguna. So there is no question of Rajoguna acting on him. So therefore, Indra, he got all the gali from Vritrasura and he is not reacting only. He is just standing. He is just standing, he is not reacting. So now Vritrasura understood Sattva-guna, Rajoguna is not going to work. So then he thought, okay, let me instill the faith in Indra. I am also devotee, he is also devotee. So let me instill the faith in Indra. So if his faith comes back, then he will fight. So therefore, we see the second section where basically Vritrasura is trying to rekindle the faith in Indra. He is telling that, see, the Lord has given you this weapon. You can kill me with this weapon. There's no problem. I will die. I'm not going to kill you. I will die. Then he also gave the strong reasoning why he wants to die. He said, see, I'm not like you. I'm already fed up with enjoying this material life. I have no intention to live this material life. I have no intention to be in your position. I have no intention to be in power. So you kill me, you are happy, I am happy, I will go back. So then he also gave reasoning to Indra that why he is sure that he will go back. He said, I have already received the blessings of Narad Muni. So indirectly, he also told Indra that if you want to have your faith in the Lord, you should associate with the people like Narad Muni, people like me. You associate with me, you will get faith, then you can kill me. Now you are having problem. You don't have faith. So you need some good association. So after all that advice, Indra is still thinking that no. This guy, he is saying everything, but he does something else. He is saying everything, but when I go to attack him, he is not going to keep quiet. He is going to fight with me. If he fights with me, I cannot face him. So therefore, Indra did not fight with him. So now, Vritrasura had no other option. He appealed to the super soul. So he went to prayer mode. He said, my Lord, please inspire this guy to fight. You see, he is also devotee, I am also devotee. You are favoring him. So why don't you inspire him to fight? Let him fight with me. So he went to prayer. And he started praying to the Lord that please fight. Please make him fight. And in the process, he also wanted to show Indra how anxious he is to go back home, back to Godhead. So he used 3 examples. What is the first example he used? He used the first example of small birds waiting for the mother bird to come in the nest. Then, after using that example, he was not very happy. Why he was not happy? The reason was that the small bird is sitting very nicely in the nest and it is waiting for the mother bird, not because it loves the mother bird, simply because the mother bird will come and feed him. And when the small bird grows, he will just simply leave the nest and go. And the mother bird and the father bird, simply to feed these youngsters, have to go through a lot of difficulty and they have to go through a lot of risk because they are going to various places to find the food. And in the process, they may get killed. They may get killed. So this whole relationship is completely selfish relationship. In the relationship between the mother bird and the small bird, the mother bird, the small bird is anxiously waiting for the mother bird, but it is not out of love, it is simply out of selfishness. It doesn't care for the risk which the mother bird is going through. He doesn't care for anything. He simply care for his own food. He simply Annamaya consciousness. So therefore, he thought this example is not very good. Then he rejected that example. Then he went to the second example, which is the calf with the cow. Now, cow is not at great risk in giving milk to the calf. Cow also enjoys giving milk to the calf. And calf also enjoys the company of the cow. So both of them are enjoying. The cow is also enjoying, the calf is also enjoying. The cow enjoys the process of the calf drinking milk. The calf also enjoys drinking milk. But still, he was not satisfied with this. Why? Because even though the cow is also happy and the calf is also happy, still there is some amount of selfishness in the calf because the calf has approached the cow for nourishment, for its own nourishment. Even though the calf loves the cow and the calf is very attached to the cow and the cow is also very attached to the calf, there's no risk to the cow's life in feeding milk to the calf. Rather, the cow becomes very happy to feed milk to the calf. So there's a lot of happiness in the part of the cow. There's no anxiety like the bird. The bird is anxious. When he flies to find the food, he is anxious, he's fearful. But the cow is not fearful, the cow is not anxious, the cow is happy, he is very nice, every situation is nice. But still, the calf has some selfish motive in trying to please the cow. So he was not very happy with that example also. He rejected second example. Now he went to the third example, where he said the wife waiting for the husband. Now he was very satisfied with that example because even though it looks as if the wife is waiting for the husband to see the husband for her own benefit, but actually her motive is to please the husband. At least in Vedic times, it used to be like that. So her motive is to please the husband. So her pleasure is there in pleasing the husband. Even though she seems to be enjoying the husband's company, but her enjoyment is secondary to the enjoyment which she gives to her husband. So therefore, the husband's satisfaction, the husband's enjoyment, the husband's comfort, this is primary in the wife trying to wait for the husband to please him. And the wife's enjoyment is secondary to the whole process. So therefore, he was satisfied with that example. So this way, in various ways, Vritrasura tried to indicate to Indra that he should fight. And this is simply a comparison of faith. The amount of faith Vritrasura had in Krishna's plan and the amount of faith Indra had in Krishna's plan. So therefore, we should also examine our faith. That is our faith like Indra's faith, or is our faith like Vritrasura's faith? Whose faith it is? Indra is also devotee. Indra also went to Krishna only when he was in trouble. And Indra also depended on Krishna only to actually overcome his trouble. He did not go to anybody else. Vritrasura is also devotee. Now, blatantly or outwardly, it is very clear that the Supreme Lord is having is helping Indra because he is trying to kill Vritrasura. Indra wants to kill Vritrasura. The Lord is also telling him, yes, kill him. This is the way to kill him. Okay. We don't find that the Lord appeared to Vritrasura and tell him that, okay, I have told Indra that I have asked Indra to kill you. After you are getting killed, you can go back home, back to Godhead. There is no assurance which the Lord gives to Vritrasura. But the Lord gives all the assurance to Indra. My dear Indra, you go and fight. Vritrasura will get killed. He is not envious of you. You can all auspiciousness to you. Explicitly, Indra got all the assurance from the Supreme Lord. But still, Indra's faith is weak. And Vritrasura's faith is strong. Now, Prabhupada is telling us that this lifetime you give it to this movement, you do everything, you follow the system. I will make sure that I will take you back to God. Okay. Now, we are in the same situation as Indra and Vritrasura. We have explicit assurance from Prabhupada that you follow our system, you keep faith in this movement, I will come and take you back to God. Now, do we want to have Indra's faith or do we want to have Vritrasura's faith? Because we will also be put into difficulty in this movement. Like Indra was put into difficulty, Vritrasura came and ate all his weapons. Indra couldn't fight. He was put into difficulty. Now Vritrasura is being put into difficulty because he has taken demon's body. Now, he has to fight Indra. All the saintly persons don't like him. He has to be in the company of demons. And now he is thinking at least Indra will kill me and relieve me. And Indra doesn't want to kill him. Now he has to go and beg Indra, please kill me, kill me. So whether it is this way or that way, we will be put into difficulty. There is assurance, and the very nature of the material world creates difficulties while we practice Krishna consciousness. Now the question remains that whether we want to have Indra's faith or whether we want to have Vritrasura's faith. This is the examination which we have to do while we read this section. That where is our faith? And what kind of faith we are having? And how to get that faith like Vritrasura? How to get that faith like Vritrasura? That Vritrasura himself says how he got that faith. He says that I got this faith by associating with devotees who have that faith. And by taking the dust of their feet, I got this faith. So therefore, is a very, very beautiful section where both are devotees and both are favored by the Lord. It is not that one is not favored by the Lord and the other is favored by the Lord. Both are devotees, both are favored by the Lord, and both are exalted. Indra is also exalted. Vritrasura is also exalted. We should never for a moment think that Indra is crazy guy. Indra is also exalted. Vritrasura is also exalted. Both are exalted. But when it comes to a crisis, Vritrasura's faith shines in front of Indra's faith. So therefore, this is a very good lesson for us as devotees, that how to strengthen our faith in Krishna, in Prabhupada, in our own spiritual master's words, even on the face of the worst crisis. Even on the face of the worst crisis. Very good lesson for us. Yes, Mataji. Yeah, Satyabhama Mataji.
Prabhuji, you just mentioned, that Vritrasura's faith shines through and Indra's faith is a little less, and hence, he's not able to. So why would we say that Indra's faith was less, and why is he in such conception?
Because if Indra had faith in Lord's words, he should have just simply counterattacked Vritrasura. Why would he stop fighting? We will find that Indra actually gets that faith back. Because of association with Vritrasura, we will find the next chapter, Indra actually gets his faith back. So that is the power of associating with the pure devotee. that then he goes to fight he goes to fight with Dhritarashtra with great appreciation. Then he has no more confusion. No more confusion. He says Dhritarashtra, oh, even though you are a dumb man, you have a disposition of a great devotee. I understood now what is my duty. I will come and fight with you. So he goes to fight with Dhritarashtra. So the very fact that Indra resisted from fighting with Dhritarashtra, and Prabhupada makes it clear in his purports. You see, in his purport, Prabhupada actually discusses this very point. Very nice discussion that Prabhupada makes.
Thank you, Guruji.
1 second, I'll go to the purport. So here is the purport. When Indra threw his club at Dhritarashtra, Dhritarashtra caught it with his left and retaliated by using it to strike at the head of Indra's elephant. Thus, Indra's attack was disastrous failure. Indeed, Indra's elephant was injured and thrown back 14 yards. Therefore, Indra, even though stood with a thunderbolt hurled against Dhritarashtra, he was doubtful, that thinking the thunderbolt might also fail. Dhritarashtra, however, being a Vaishnava, assured Indra that the thunderbolt would not fail, for Dhritarashtra knew that it had been prepared in accordance with the instructions of the Lord. Although Indra had doubts because he could not understand Lord Vishnu's order never fails, Dhritarashtra understood Lord Vishnu's purpose. Dhritarashtra was eager to be killed by the thunderbolt manufactured according to Lord Vishnu's instructions because he was sure that he would return back home, back to Godhead. He was simply waiting for the opportunity of the thunderbolt to be released. In effect, Dhritarashtra told Indra, if you want to kill me since I am your enemy, take this opportunity. Krishna, kill me. You will gain victory and I shall go back home, back to Godhead. Your deed will be equally beneficial to both of us. Do it immediately. So this is faith. This is faith. This is the faith which Dhritarashtra has, but Indra doesn't have. Doesn't have. Okay. Yes, Jia Kumari Mataji.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी, धन्यवाद प्रणाम। प्रभु जी, हम देखते हैं कि हमेशा जो है ना, आपने जैसे बताया कि इंद्रा इज ऑल्सो अ डिवोटी। जब भी कोई प्रॉब्लम आती है, हमने देखा है, ही ऑलवेज सरेंडर्स टू कृष्णा। मतलब वो किन्हीं और के पास नहीं जाते, कृष्णा के पास ही जाते। फिर ऐसा क्यों है? मतलब ही इज अ डिवोटी, तो वो इस पोजीशन से ऊपर क्यों नहीं आते कि उसे हमेशा ऑप्युलेंसेस ही चाहिए एवरी टाइम? कभी वो जाके ये भी तो कहे कि कृष्णा, मुझे जो है बैक टू गॉडहेड जाना है, या ऐसे जैसे कि हम देखते हैं मतलब इन वे के ध्रुव महाराज को भी पहले वो चाहिए था, लेकिन बाद में उनको मतलब भगवत धाम ही जाना था और फिर उसको राज्य भी मिला था। ऐसा नहीं है कि वो चीज नहीं मिली थी, बट ये चीज हम कभी इंदिरा के उसमें देखते ही नहीं है कि मतलब वो भी डिजायर करे इस चीज की, हमेशा उसको ऑप्युलेंसेस। ऐसा क्यों? अगर वो डिवोटी है तो इस चीज से ऊपर क्यों नहीं उठ रहा है एवरी टाइम? मतलब ऑलमोस्ट सारे पास टाइम्स में इंदिरा को मतलब अपनी ऑप्युलेंसेस चाहिए, जैसे कि वामन वाले में भी था कि उनको अपना वो चाहिए ना, इंद्रलोक फिर से चाहिए वगैरह। तो ऐसा क्यों है इफ ही इज अ डिवोटी?
तो फर्स्ट पॉइंट, पहला बात है कि यू शुड अंडरस्टैंड दैट इंद्रा इज एन एक्सॉल्टेड पर्सन. ओके, दिस यू शुड नॉट थिंक इंद्रा इज सम क्रेजी गाय. आई एम टेलिंग दिस अगेन एंड अगेन दैट इंद्रा एक बहुत महान व्यक्ति है. ओके, बट भागवतम chooses the different pastimes of Indra where Indra is in trouble. कोई भी महान व्यक्ति भी कुछ ट्रबल में हो सकता है. So Bhagavatam exactly chooses those pastimes. Why? Because Bhagavatam doesn't want us to get attracted to Indra's position. इंद्रा बहुत महान व्यक्ति है, हम भी इंद्रा बनना चाहिए, इंद्रा भी डिवोटी है, हम भी डिवोटी है, हम इंद्रा डिवोटी क्यों नहीं बने? We should not have this kind of thinking process. So therefore, Bhagavatam simply destroys our illusion about any position in this material world. It shows even Indra is getting so much chastised. Baba, why do you want to become Indra? Then we don't think of becoming Indra. If you read Bhagavatam, you'll never think of becoming Indra. You think Indra is kind of some crazy guy. That's why I keep telling again and again, Indra is an exalted person. But Bhagavatam's purpose is to establish that don't get attracted to any position in this material world. That's why, Brahma Vimohan Leela is there. Even Brahma is criticized. Indra is criticized. Demigods are criticized. Lord Shiva also gets illusioned by seeing Mohini. So Bhagavatam doesn't leave any कुछ गुंजाइश ही नहीं है कि हम कृष्ण को छोड़ के दूसरा जगह में जाएं. There's no space for anybody other than Krishna. You can't think of anyone other than Krishna in Bhagavatam. And that is the purpose of Srimad Bhagavatam. So therefore, Bhagavatam speaks about Indra like this. This is number one. Number two, this is not the same Indra. The position is Indra, but we are dealing with different people. So that also you should remember. That एक ही आदमी है वो कंसिस्टेंटली खराब है ऐसा नहीं है कि एक पास टाइम में एक इंद्रा है, दूसरा पास टाइम में दूसरा इंद्रा है, तीसरा पास टाइम में तीसरा इंद्रा है. So we are dealing with different people. We are not dealing with one person who is consistently bad and he never learns his lesson. Even though they are all generically known by the name Indra because they all actually occupy the position of Indra. So that's the second point you should remember in defense of Indra. Okay. Second point you should remember. Okay. And third point, and another important point is that the lesson which we should learn is that in devotional service, positions will come, whether you like or whether you don't like. कुछ ना कुछ position तो आएगा ही आएगा. You'll become some leader of some devotees. If you may not become some big GBC or something like that, you may become also. You may not become also. But at least you will become leader of devotees whom you preach to. आप 10 आदमी को प्रीच करेंगे, वो 10 आदमी आपको देखेगा कि ये महान व्यक्ति है, ये वैकुंठ से आया है, इसको 4 हाथ है. All these people have this conception about you. Okay. So they will think that you are leader. They will look up to you in their life. When they have crisis, they will come to you. They will share things with you. They will open their heart to you. They think that you can give solution to all their problems. So position in devotional service is unavoidable. Whether that's a position which is officially given within the movement as, GBC or Zonal Secretary or Temple President or Director or whatever. Or positions which devotees give you as a senior devotee, Varishta Bhakt, senior devotee, learned devotee, Bhagavatam devotee, Bhagavad Gita devotee. So devotees give you position. Either the institution gives you position or devotees give you position. Or sometimes both happens. Both the institution also gives you position, devotee also gives you position. The danger starts when you start identifying yourself with the position. That's where the danger starts. When you start identifying yourself with the position, then you have more faith in position, you have less faith in Krishna. Then you start thinking that your practice of Krishna consciousness depends on your position. That causes crisis. That causes crisis. Then you are more conscious to hold your position and you are less Krishna conscious. Whether it may be an official position or maybe it may be a position which is in the devotee community. Doesn't matter. अपना औकात सबको मालूम होना चाहिए. That this is my level, and even hundreds of people tell you that, oh, you are a great person, you are a great man, you are having some effulgent ring behind your head, you are shining like this, you are having 4 hands, you are having 6 hands. You should know that I have 2 legs and those 2 legs are on ground. And I am dependent on Krishna to keep these 2 legs on my ground. You should know this very clearly. If you start little bit believing about what devotees glorify you, that day your poison stops. The nature of devotees is to glorify. Like they were all glorifying Indra. Oh Indra, you are great. Oh Indra, you are like this. Oh Indra, you are like that. Oh Indra, you are this man. Oh Indra, you are that man. Now you see Indra, the same Indra who was glorified by so many sages, Girdhadras, Gandharvas, demigods, blah, blah, blah. Big list is there. He has problem raising the weapon which is given by the Supreme Personality of Godhead personally to him by his instruction. He has problem to raise that weapon. This is the effect of becoming victim of your own glory. This is the effect of becoming victim of your own glory. Therefore, devotees should be extremely careful not to get attached to position, to glory, to name, to fame, all these things. This is another big lesson which I actually learned from this situation between Indra and Dhritarashtra. It's clear?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
That's why Indra is jealous. He's devotee. And he's a great devotee. You'll see in the end of this pastime that Indra is a great devotee. He's not a normal devotee. He's a great devotee. But he gets carried away. And when he gets carried away, then this is the result. So we may be devotee and we may be, other people may identify us as a great devotee. But if we get carried away by that, this will be the result. This will be the result. Okay? So, all these points are discussed. Okay. Here Prabhupada makes a very interesting observation. Can you read this? By killing Dhritarashtra.
By killing Vritrasura, Indra would not actually gain. He would remain in the material world. Vritrasura, however, would go to the spiritual world. Therefore, victory was destined for Vritrasura and not for Indra.
Yeah, this is a very important point. That what constitutes victory in Krishna consciousness? We should very clearly understand this. What may externally look like victory may not constitute victory in Krishna consciousness. There may be some difference between two devotees. Okay, two devotees may have difference with each other. The real victory is not to actually establish your position. Okay, he had difference with me, I have established my position. Main bada aadmi. That is not real victory. The real victory is that has every experience in your life made you a better devotee. That is real victory. That is real victory. Krishna gives you many experiences. Sometimes those experiences are good, sometimes the experiences are very bad. Whether it is good or bad or very bad, has it made you a better devotee? This, if it has made you a better devotee, then you are victorious. If it is not, then you are not. Okay. Yes, Rukmini, Hari Sevani Mataji.
Prabhuji, it's coming in my mind that when Vitrasura prayers we were reading, so when he's saying everything, it means that he's totally Krishna conscious, and that means that he's already in spiritual world. So now they are saying here that he would go to spiritual world.
Correct. But he still has a body and he has to deal with that body.
Okay.
And that body is not a very nice body. He still has a body, deal with that body, and that body is not a very nice body. So it's not in the good situation to be in. even though his conscience is not affected. The Lord has already made a plan to release him from that body. So if the Lord has made a plan, then why this Indra is not executing this plan? Right? Correct? It's like, there's a boy who writes a love letter to a girl. Okay? And he sends it through his friend. And he tells the girl that I written a love letter for you. I sent it through my friend. Now this friend comes and sees the girl. What is his duty?
Just to pass the message, just to give the
love
letter.
letter to
Yes.
her. If he is simply standing there keeping the love letter in his pocket, what the girl will do?
Girl will ask for the letter.
Tell him no, अरे क्यों खड़ा है ऐसा खंबा जैसा खड़ा है, लेटर दे दो ना मुझे. तुमको लेटर देने के लिए बोला है, तो उसने लिख भी दिया, तुम्हारे हाथ में भी दे दिया, मुझे देने के लिए बोल दिया, तुम आके ऐसे ही खड़ा है, निकालो लेटर दे दो मुझे. Correct, no? This is exactly what is happening here. That weapon Vajrayuta is a love letter written by Krishna for Vritrasura. And who is carrying that love letter? Indra. He has to give that love letter to Vritrasura. A fellow is not giving only. So Vritrasura is getting irritated. I think Devda. This is what is happening. Clear?
Thank you so much.
Okay. So this point was already discussed. Okay, we'll read this purport. Please read what is highlighted.
Both Indra and Vritrasura were certainly devotees of the Lord. Although Indra took instructions from Vishnu to kill Vritrasura, the Lord was actually more favorable to Vritrasura because after being killed by Indra's thunderbolt, Vritrasura would go back to Godhead, whereas the victorious Indra would rot in this material world. Because both of them were devotees, the Lord awarded them the respective benefits they wanted. To accumulate material possessions, one must labor very hard, and when he gets them, he creates many enemies because this material world is always full of rivalry. For Ekant Bhaktas, unalloyed devotees, Krishna therefore never provides material possessions. A devotee sometimes needs some material possessions for preaching, but the possessions of a preacher are not like those of a karmi. A karmi's possessions are achieved as a result of karma, but those of a devotee are arranged by the Supreme Personality of Godhead just to facilitate his devotional activities. Because a devotee never uses material possessions for any purpose other than the service of the Lord. The possessions of a devotee are not to be compared to those of a karmi.
So, very clear, very clear. Very clear. So here Prabhupada makes a very interesting statement. What is the statement he makes? He says that Vritrasura would go back home, back to Godhead, whereas victorious Indra would rot in this material world. You see, the two words which Prabhupada uses here. He says, first of all, he says victorious Indra. So when we say that somebody is victorious, we think that he is great. Okay? But here, Prabhupada uses a completely contradictory word next. He says, victorious Indra would rot in this material world. So therefore, it is very clear that what constitutes victory? What constitutes victory? In this material world, a devotee may be judged whether he is victorious or not by various things. People who are unaware of devotional service may judge him that he is a devotee, he is victorious, he is having this, he is having that, he is like this, he is like that. They may simply judge him not only by his devotion, but also by his material possession. But then Kunti Maharani is giving a very strong warning. Janmaishwarya Shuta Shribir Yedamana Madapuman Naivarhat Abhidhatam Vai Tuam Akinchana Gocharam. Namo Akinchana Vittaya Nivritta Gunavrittaye Atma Ramaya Shantaya Kaivalyapataye Namaha. She says. Therefore, whether we have possession by Krishna's mercy or we don't have possession by Krishna's mercy, it doesn't matter. But in all positions, we should try to remain Akinchana. Akinchana means that a person who is not dependent on material possessions, but he is simply dependent on Krishna. Otherwise, we may be considered victorious, but we will simply rot in this material world. So here, very clear, it said that both of them are devotees. Prabhupada says that both are certainly devotees. Both are certainly devotees. So then it's very interesting that how he addresses Indra. He says, our Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he said, Asmat Patihi. Asmat Patihi. He said, Asmat. Asmat means our Lord. Asmat Patihi. He did not say my Lord. He did not say your Lord. He said our Lord. So this way, he told Indra that, see, both of us are on the same side. Apparently, I am demon, and apparently, you are demigod. And apparently, you are trying to kill me. But these are all apparent. But be rest assured that you and me, we have the same master. Indra failed to identify Vritrasura as his own. Indra failed to identify Vritrasura as his own. He went to fight with Vritrasura, and Vritrasura proved to be very powerful. He became afraid of Vritrasura. He started thinking that, oh, Vritrasura might kill me. But Vritrasura, even though he was fighting with Indra, he actually identified Indra as his own. He didn't think that I am different and Indra is different. He said that we both have the same master, Asmat Patihi. Asmat Patihi means that that we have our master. He did not say my master. He did not say your master. He said our master. So we find the same mood with Arjuna also in Bhagavad Gita. In the first chapter, Arjuna, there is a conversation between Duryodhana and Dronacharya. In that conversation, Duryodhana talks about my army and his army. He says, my army is powerful like this. His army is not powerful. In my army, so many generals are there. In his army, so many generals are there. So he actually sees the army as my army and his army. But then when Arjuna, he is asking Krishna that Senayor Ubhayor Madhye Ratam Stapayame Chuta. When he's saying that, please put my chariot in front of both the armies in the battlefield, he is actually looking at his enemies. He's saying, Yodhukaman Avastitan, let me see, Niriksheham, let me see that who has come to fight with me. So he is actually looking at his enemies. He is not even looking at his own army. He is looking at his enemies. But when he starts talking, he says, Drishtuemam Swajanam Krishna. He does not say, Krishna, I am seeing my enemies and I am compassionate about them. He says, Drishtuemam Swajanam Krishna. Krishna, these are my people. I am seeing my people. He identifies them as his own. This is the very nature of devotee. The very nature of devotee is that he does not identify somebody as friend and somebody as enemy. He simply identifies everyone as his own. And this is a very important aspect of Vritrasura's consciousness. How he, even though in the beginning he very heavily chastised Indra, he said, you are a spiritual master killer, you are a fool, you are a rascal. All these things he said. But in the core of his consciousness, he is thinking, oh, Indra, you're also mine. I am also yours, because we belong to the same master. So that mood of accepting everyone, even though they want to fight with us, every day morning we are singing. What we are singing? So many things we are singing. And in that one point we are singing. What is that we are singing? Dina Krishna Dase Koi. What?
Sri Radha.
Ei Jana Morahai. What is the meaning of that Ei Jana Morahai?
Or people are.
What is the meaning of Ei Jana Morahai?
This person is mine. This person is mine.
All these devotees be mine. Let me be identified with all these devotees who are there with the Lord. So that consciousness of identifying everyone as belonging to us, even though somebody may be favorable to us, somebody may be unfavorable to us, it's a very important consciousness to have. In the beginning of the class, we were discussing about how not to keep things in the heart. That Jagat Mata, Sachi Mata, you are saying that how not to keep everything. So this is the way we don't keep everything in the heart. We actually identify everyone as belonging to the same Supreme Lord. Our relationship is because we serve the same Lord. So when we serve the same master, and that master is the well-wisher for everybody, then where is the question of having differences with another person or enmity with another? We may have differences. Where is the question of having enmity with another person? Differences we may have, because we may think that, okay, this is better, and they may think that is better. It's okay. Differences are good, but enmity is not good. So this way, we see Vritrasura's transcendental qualities. Aham hare to padaika mula dasanu daso bhavitasmi bhuyaha mana smarateshu pater punamste vrinitava karma karot kaya. So he is very clearly saying that I want to become the servant of your devotees. So then comes that famous verse, Nanaka Prashtam, Nacha Parameshtyam, Nasarva Bhomam, Rasadipatyam, Nayoga Siddhir Apunar Bhavam Va, Samanjasa Tva Virahaya Kamshe. He actually addressed the Lord with a very interesting name in this verse. He addressed the Lord as Samanjasa. Samanjasa means the Lord of all opportunities. Because different people approach the Lord looking for different opportunities. Like Indra has approached the Lord looking for the opportunity to remain Indra. And the Lord has given him the method by which he can remain Indra. But Vritrasura has approached the Lord with a different consciousness. What is his consciousness? That I want to go and I want to unite with you. Virahaya Kangsha. I am feeling so much separation from you. I want to end this separation. So the Lord gives the opportunity to Indra to remain Indra, and the Lord gives the opportunity to become for Vritrasura to go back home, back to Godhead. So the Lord here is addressed as Samanjasa, the Lord of all opportunities. So indirectly, he is teaching Indra that whatever opportunity you want, you are going to get it. Better you aspire for an opportunity which is worthy. Don't aspire for unworthy opportunities. That's a lesson for us also. We can come to Krishna consciousness. We may want to enjoy this way. We may want to enjoy that way. We may want this opportunity. We may want that opportunity. The Lord will fulfill all those opportunities. Somebody thinks that, oh, I can come to ISKCON, I can go to foreign country. God will fulfill his opportunity. He will send him to foreign country. And that fellow will forget ISKCON. He will become some, operator in the petrol pump, and he will spend rest of his life filling petrol. because that is what his aspiration. Lord is a Lord of all opportunities. It is up to us to choose which opportunity we want from Krishna. So, therefore, he addressed the Lord as Samanjasa, the Lord of all opportunities. Okay. And where does this verse appear? You know where this verse appears? In one of the famous other books, this verse appears. You know where it appears, this verse? This verse appears in Nectar of Devotion. When Rupa Goswami is explaining about how devotional service it surpasses liberation. There's a chapter called Devotional Service Surpasses Liberation. In that chapter, Devotional Service Surpasses Liberation, Rupa Goswami is quoting various verses from Srimad Bhagavatam of the statement of various devotees, that how they are actually showing that they are not interested in liberation. And this is one of the verses which is quoted. And this verse is quoted by many acharyas to explain the same point. Nanaka Prishtam. Nanaka Prishtam means Dhruva. So he's saying that please don't do what you did to Dhruva. You simply gave him Dhruva and simply kept him there. Na Parameshtyam. Don't do what you've done to Brahma. You gave him 4 heads and you simply kept him in the Brahmaloka. Na Sarvabhaumam. Don't give me sovereignty to rule the planets. Narasadhipatyam. Don't send me like Bali to the lower planets and then keep me there. No yoga siddhir. I don't want any yoga siddhi. Apanar bhavamva. Not liberation. I simply want to reach you. Virahayya Kankshi. It's a very beautiful verse. Very beautiful verse. Then comes this verse where he tries to give various examples. Ajata Paksha, Yuvamatram Kagaha, Stanyam Yata, Vatsara Kshutartaha, Priyam Priyeva Vyusitam Visanna, Mano Ravindaksha Drikshate Tva. So he gives one example after another. And then he tries to express his complete feeling of separation. Because in the previous verse, he said, Virahayya Kankshe, I am suffering from separation from you. So then he tries to express various levels of separation. And then finally he gets satisfied with the third example which he gave. Mamattama shloka janeshu sakyam samsara chakre brahmatta swakarma bihi Twan maya atmaja dhara griheshu asakta chittasya nanata bhuya. So he's very clearly saying, I don't want to get entangled one more time. I am done with this entanglement. I don't want to get entangled one more time. Okay, so that brings us to the end of this very, very sweet and beautiful chapter, which establishes the transcendental qualities of Vritrasura. Of course, it's not over. We are going to relish more of exchanges between Indra and Vritrasura in the next chapter, where Indra and Vritrasura are going to engage with themselves, with each other again. And we are also going to see Indra's further crisis and then Indra's redemption. So Indra is going to fall into further crisis. Indra is going to redeem himself. All that is waiting for us. But now we should go and chant Gayatri. So let us take a break and chant Gayatri. And then we'll come back. We'll try to cover as much as possible, which we can do today. And then tomorrow we can finish this section, hopefully. Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna, Vrinder Hari Prabhuji. Prabhuji, would you like to read? Participate in reading?
Yes, Mataji.
I'm just making the sequence. Shall I write your name, Prabhuji? Will you participate in reading?
Okay, I can, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Okay. So before we get into the next chapter, any questions, comments, anything on this chapter? Anything on this chapter? Yes, Rukmini, Harisevani Mataji.
Prabhuji, Vritrasura prayers are very nice. Just to comment. Prayers are really amazing. Prayers of a pure devotee. And this is like very nice that how being in a in the body of a demon, how he's acting, how his consciousness is. This is like amazing. And I was just reading the next chapter summary. It is like that how his one hand is uh, uh, cut off by Indra, by the thunderbolt, and he's saying that this is that thunderbolt of Indra fell off from his hand, and he's saying that pick it up, and this is everything. He said that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the cause and victory is the cause of victory and defeat. So how he's so amazingly saying all that, it's so good.
Yes, Viprasra is a great personality. That's why Bhagavatam is glorified and identified by Viprasra. It's one of the glories of Bhagavatam, and it's one of the glories of Viprasra. That we'll see in the next chapter is very, very interesting chapter, which is titled as Vritrasura's glorious death. That how Vritrasura met his death. So so this chapter is titled Vritrasura's glorious death. So it's very interesting because everybody celebrates life and Bhagavatam celebrates death. This is the very unique aspect of Srimad Bhagavatam. People celebrate birthday. Nowadays, ISKCON also it become big fashion to celebrate birthday. Previously, such thing was not there. Now it's become very fashionable to celebrate birthday. They cut cake and they celebrate birthday, whatever. Anyway, but Bhagavatam celebrates death. We find many people dying in Srimad Bhagavatam. From the first canto, if you start counting how many people are dying in Srimad Bhagavatam and how many people's death has been very elaborately discussed. Bhagavatam itself is a discussion of Parikshit Maharaj's death. Because Parikshit Maharaj is going to die and there's a whole discussion on how he is dying. This is Bhagavatam. Naturally, in Bhagavatam, you find different deaths which are described. In the first canto, death of Narad Muni is described in his previous lifetime, that how for like a lightning, he entered and then he left. So there's description of Narad Muni's death in his previous Janma. Then there is description of death of Bhishma Dev. Bhishma Dev's death is described. Then there is description of Pandavas leaving their body, the description of Dhritarashtra leaving his body. There's so many different, and then there's also the destruction of Veda dynasty. There's a description of the destruction of Veda dynasty. And then the third canto, if we come, then again there is a description of Kardama, the description of Devahuti leaving her body, how she became like a river. Then Devahuti is described. And fourth canto, again, description of many devotees leaving their body. There's the elaborate description of how Dhruva left his body. And then again in the 5th canto, there's description of how Rishabhadev left his body. So like that, there is this constantly there is description of death in Srimad Bhagavatam. So when I was small boy in my house, whenever sometimes we spoke about death, immediately elders said, "Oh, don't speak about death. It's not very auspicious. Don't speak about inauspicious things. Don't speak about dying. Nobody likes to speak about dying." But then Bhagavatam likes to speak about dying. Bhagavatam discusses dying in such an elaborate detail. Like now Rukmini Harisevan was mentioning that how there's a elaborate description of step-by-step killing of Vritrasura. First of all, one hand got cut, then next hand got cut, like that. Step-by-step killing of Vritrasura. So, therefore, Bhagavatam gives a very important lesson. What is that lesson? Doesn't matter how you are born. You may be born, like in English they say, you're born with a silver spoon. A privileged people. You're born with silver spoon, they say. In English, there's a phrase. You may be born with silver spoon, or you may be born with aluminum spoon, or you may be born with no spoon. Doesn't matter. What matters is how did you leave your body? This is what matters. This is what matters. So therefore, Bhagavatam focuses on death as much it focuses on life. So sometimes we say that in India there is art of living, but ISKCON teaches art of dying. So therefore, when great devotees leave their body, then also many people assemble. It's not that, death is like something which is very private affair. Death is like the biggest public affair. Like when Parishit Maharaj got cursed, so many sages came and assembled. They wanted to see how Parishit is going to leave his body. When Bhishma Dev wanted to leave his body, so many sages assembled. They came and saw that how Bhishma Dev is going to leave his body. Dhruva Maharaj, though, he was actually going like an excursion. He was telling everybody, "Thank you, bye-bye, see you, I'm going to die, I'm going to Vaikuntha." He was shaking his hands with all the sages. He's taking blessing from them. He dressed nicely. He put ornaments. And then he put all his clothes. And then he actually entered the chariot. In the process, he left his body. So this way, we find that different types of death is there. And everyone in Bhagavatam fearlessly welcomes death. This is the first important lesson in dying. That don't be afraid of death. Anyway, it is going to come. Don't be afraid of it. So Bhagavatam gives us that fearlessness to approach death. Because we don't identify ourselves with the body. One who identifies himself with the body is very fearful of death because he thinks that along with death, everything he has is finished. But a person who understands that he is not this body, he knows that death is simply an interim state. It's simply an interim state. And when he is Krishna conscious, then he is assured that his next destination is going to be better than his previous destination. Because Krishna is taking care of him. So whatever destination, that is the conclusion of Srimad Bhagavatam, the 6th canto. That's where you are going to read. Because the 6th canto, it started with a great anxiety expressed about a particular destination after death. And that destination is hell. So with great anxiety, Parishit Maharaj asked this question that how can we stop people from going to hell? Now 6th canto's answer is very beautiful. So the first answer 6th canto give is that simply by engaging in devotional service, one can stop going to hell. But then it is not satisfied with that answer. Bhagavatam is not satisfied with that answer because devotional service is not just simply meant avoiding hellish life. Devotional service is much more than avoiding hellish life. So therefore, Bhagavatam gives his conclusive verdict. What is that verdict? Narayana para sarve na kutaschana bibhyati swarga apavarga narakeshu apitulyartha darshinaha. This is the verdict of Srimad Bhagavatam, that one who is exclusively devoted to Narayana, he does not care about heaven or hell or liberation, because he is simply absorbed in the thoughts of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And that is the most important thing. Not whether you go to heaven is important, not you go to hell is important, or you get liberated is important. No, these things are not important. What is important is that we are focused in Krishna and our consciousness is saturated with Krishna. That's most important. So therefore, we always find that great devotees are fearless of death. They are only worried about what service they should do. They are not so much worried about whether they will die or they will not die. They are not worried about those things. And when the time comes to death, they start getting worried that how will I die in the battlefield? That is their worry. Their worry is not I'm going to die. Their worry is that how will I die? Till the last moment I want to be in the battlefield. How will I die in the battlefield? Battlefield is the preaching field. Like he shown us Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. Devakananda Prabhu was saying that he expressed his desire that Prabhupada actually left this body as bureau chairman. I also want to leave my body as bureau chairman, serving devotees. And what does that mean? It's not something about position, not like Indra, that Indra wants to be Indra. So no, it's not that mean. It simply means that how to serve. How to serve. So Maharaj was very doubtful whether he should go to Dehradun, because his body condition was very bad. Very doubtful whether she should go to Dehradun or not. So he was asking many devotees, should I go or should I not go? And most of the devotees told him the same answer, don't go. Your health is not good. You don't strain yourself, don't travel. You just stay in Delhi and you attend all the meeting by Zoom. But he is thinking that I am the host. How will I not go? So many devotees have come because I have called them. And if I don't go, how it will look like? Everybody is telling, Maharaj, nobody will feel anything. Nobody will feel anything. It's not about other people feeling something. He is feeling. I should go. It's not so much about other people. It's about his own feeling that I should go. I should serve my God brothers. I should serve the devotees who are coming there. All the temple presidents are coming. All the bureau members are coming. I should go and serve them. It's my duty to go and serve them. And gloriously, he left his body in the battlefield. Glorious death. So therefore, Bhagavatam is constantly reminding us that it's not so much about how we are born, but it's definitely about how we are going to die. This whole lifetime is simply a preparation to face that reality. Death is a moment of truth. In English, we have a saying, we have a phrase, moment of truth, where you are directly in touch with reality. You may say many things, like, a devotee may say, I am great devotee. A devotee may quote many shlokas, left, right, and center from Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Charitamrita. He may give wonderful class. He may do so many things, but his moment of truth will come at the time of death. Whether he is able to remember Krishna or not. So death is the moment of truth, and one should prepare oneself to face that moment of truth. So therefore, it is very beneficial to actually see how a great devotee like Vritrasura faces his moment of truth. Very beneficial to see. So therefore, this chapter is very, very important chapter. Chapter titled Vritrasura's glorious death. Okay, Sri Rishirvacha Yevam Jihasur Nripadeha Maju Pratyum Varam Vijayan Vanyamanaha Sulam Pragya Vipatat Surendram Yata Mahapurusham Kaitapopsu. Okay, Sukadeva Goswami is speaking. Please read the translation.
Shukadeva Goswami said, desiring to give up his body, Vritasura considered death in the battle preferable to victory. O King Parikshit, he vigorously took up his trident and with great force attacked Lord had forcefully attacked the Supreme Personality of Godhead when the universe was inundated.
Yeah. So Vritrasura, he did so many things, but Indra is not moving. Indra is not moving. So then Vritrasura decided the only way to make Indra to act is to act in self-defense. That means I should attack. I should not keep quiet. I should simply attack him. So if I attack him, then he will be forced to defend himself. Then he will start fighting. So he went to the last resort. He went and attacked Indra. Okay. Please read translation.
Then Vritasura, the great hero of the demons, whirled his trident, which had points like the flames of the blazing fire at the end of the millennium. With great force and anger, he threw it at Indra, roaring and exclaiming loudly, O sinful one, thus shall I kill you.
Okay. Okay, next. Who is reading?
Amrinder Hari Prabhuji.
Third, flying in the sky with a trident resembled a brilliant meteor. Although the blazing weapon was difficult to look upon, King Indra unafraid cut it to pieces with his thunderbolt. Simultaneously, he cut off one of Vritasura's arms, which was as thick as the body of Vasuki, the king of all the serpents.
So naturally, Indra, he acted in self-defense because the victim, the weapon was coming towards him. So he instinctively acted with his thunderbolt. He destroyed the weapon. He also cut one of the hands of Vritrasura. Okay. Now this is very interesting story. Okay. Please read.
Although one of his arms was severed from his body, Vritasura angrily approached King Indra and struck him on the jaw with an iron mace. He also struck the elephant that carried Indra. Thus, Indra dropped the thunderbolt from his hand.
You see, Vritrasura's arm was cut by Indra. And Vritrasura previously was praying, "O Indra, come and kill me. O Indra, I am ready to die. O Indra, this, O Indra, that." So Indra also cut off one arm of Vritrasura. Then Indra was going to think that, okay, it is easy to now pierce Vritrasura's body with thunderbolt because anyway Vritrasura wants to die. But Vritrasura counter-attacked Indra. And the attack was so strong that Indra actually dropped the thunderbolt from his hand. Okay. So this is very interesting. Why did Vritrasura attack Indra?
Because he was trying to provoke him, Prabhuji, to use the Vajra at the end so that he can be freed from this body.
No, already Indra actually applied the Vajra and cut one of his hand.
He was doing his duty of fight. I think so.
Very good. This is a good answer. He was actually doing his duty. His duty was to fight with Indra. So he was fighting. It's a very good answer. Okay. Yes, Amal Charan.
Because he was desperate to reach his ultimate destination, back to
Okay.
Godhead.
That's more or less similar to what Mataji said, that he was desperate, so he thought that attacking him would make him more furious. Probably. Okay. But he attacked him so much that Indra actually dropped the thunderbolt from his hand. So he could have just made show of an attack. Tick. He could have just simply hit him nicely. But his attack was very strong that Indra actually dropped his thunderbolt. So why did he attack Indra? We got one answer already. That it is his duty to fight. So he attacked Indra. What is the second answer?
Because Prabhuji, he was in Satoguna, he fixed in Visuddha Sattva or Sutta Satoguna, and he was above, his mind was above from the result of win or loss, everything. So
Then he should not
simply he
attack.
was.
You should think, okay, winner lost, what is the problem? Just let Indra, he cut one arm. Now Indra, if I just keep quiet, Indra will cut the second arm, or he may cut the neck also. Everything will be finished. I can go. So
हरे
Vritrasura,
कृष्ण
yes. Yes, Mataji.
प्रभु जी में भी वृत्रासुर का एक हाथ तो वे काट चुके थे, तो इंद्र में भी अटैक ना करते फिर से, बिकॉज उनके पास शायद वो नहीं वेपन्स वगैरह ऐसे हाथ में ना होते, तो उस वजह से फिर से उन्होंने अटैक किया कि इंद्रा फिर से अटैक कर सके, मे बी।
इतना बुरा अटैक क्यों करने का है कि उसका पूरा जो वज्रायुध हाथ से गिर जाए? So the point is that Vritrasura is also acting as the spiritual master of Indra. Okay. In this whole pastime between Vritrasura and Indra, Vritrasura is also acting as spiritual master for Indra. So this is like Lord giving difficulty to his devotee, or the spiritual master giving some tough task to his disciples. Like Prabhupada told his disciples, go to London and preach. He did not give them air ticket. He did not tell them, give them money. He did not, arrange for their accommodation, AC accommodation in London. And he did not give them all the facilities. He just gave them an instruction, go to London and preach. They had to figure out how to get the ticket. They had to figure out how to go to London. They had to figure out where to stay. One of them was staying in the underpass, under the road. So, in one of the purports, in the second canto, Prabhupada writes a very important point. Prabhupada writes that the Lord or the spiritual master want to see how painstaking is the disciple in fulfilling the orders of the spiritual master. So, unless you are made to walk through fire, you never know how strong is your faith. So, Vritrasura actually is making Indra to walk through fire. And Indra is going to walk in the fire, which Vritrasura is asking him to walk into that fire. And Indra will come out very, very glorious. He will come out shining while walking through this fire. And the credit goes to Vritrasura, because Vritrasura is actually a well-wisher of Indra. So he did everything to solidify Indra's faith. He saw that Indra has a problem. He has a crisis of faith. So therefore, Vritrasura did everything to actually solidify Indra's faith before he left his body. So this is the power of association with a pure devotee. That a pure devotee, by his instructions, by his practical, whatever service he gives, or whatever difficulty he puts us through, or whatever he does, he actually is helping us to become strong in our faith in Krishna consciousness. So that's what Indra did. Vritrasura did to Indra by attacking Indra. Now Indra is going to go through a second crisis. We'll see that second crisis, and then we'll see that how Vritrasura actually helped him to come out of that crisis. And then how Indra became also well situated in devotional service, completely regained his faith, and then Indra and Vritrasura, they fought with each other, with great appreciation for each other. So we'll see all that, but we'll see that tomorrow, because today our time is up. Tomorrow we'll assemble on time, 10 o'clock, and then hopefully we should be through with this section tomorrow. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
It is very nice to hear from you, Praji. Today's section.